Now the million-dollar question, is there enough gold in this ground to make this cut worthwhile?
On Indian River, Parker's foreman Mitch and the rest of the crew are eager to start chewing through pay dirt at Mud Mountain.
Well, we are ready to finally do this. We got Big Red set up here. Here we go. This is the first dirt from Mud Mountain going through Big Red.
Yeah, I don't know, being a first-year guy, being tasked with operating Big Red and with such high stakes at Mud Mountain here, it's definitely stressful.
Rookie miner Justin Fraser feeds the plant for the first time at Mud Mountain.
Still running and we're making it work. And so far, so good. We just got to keep it up.
It's super hectic and everybody's feeling the pressure. It's supposed to be a really rich cut, so hopefully it also lives up to that expectation.
It's a real good feeling. It's all hands on deck here. You just got to act so fast because Parker's supposed to be back today.
It's been raining lots, so the road got super slick and gross and potholey. It definitely slows you down.
We're going into fall and conditions are getting pretty brutal. That along with Mud Mountain and hauling out muddy pay all over the place. Safe. Mud. Hey, Mitch, got a copy?
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Running some pretty sloppy material right now. I'm struggling trying to get this pay through the plant.
Yeah, man, I know it's nasty down here.
We're getting clogged up. It's making a mess everywhere.
We'll just hang tight. Give me a minute.
Copy that, thanks.
Shut it down.
Following heavy rainfall, mud is now sloughing down the 60-foot-high walls of the cut, making the pay dirt on the floor wet. Parker is due to return any day. Mitch moves fast to solve the problem with operator Shane Gallup.
We've got to fix the problem of the mud oozing out into the cut, and I think the only way to fix this issue is dig some bedrock, get the pay off the sides, and then we'll make a nice berm to catch that mud. And then that way, as we're digging over on that side of it, it's just gonna be nice, clean, and dry. Then this cut will actually calm down and be a lot easier.
We can actually move forward instead of 2 steps backwards.
Exactly. The sooner we get a wall in here, contain this mud away from the center of the cut, the better off we're gonna be.
To stop mud seeping into the cut, Mitch and Shane will use 2 480 excavators to shift the pay from the muddy edges. Then, build a barrier to protect the cut from further sloughing.
Hello, Mitch.
We'll have to ramp this up here.
Yeah, roger that.
So lots of things stacked against us here. And when it rains, well, all that mud makes a mess. And that's what we're dealing with right now, just trying to get a handle on it. You know, Mud Mountain's been a struggle from the start, and I am probably more mentally drained than I am physically here, just trying to keep the train on the tracks. And we're done here. We've taken the bedrock here, we've built this berm, and the whole length of this, it's holding all this mud back, which is working really well. Out here, the cut, it's nice and mud-free. So, probably should have been done a lot sooner, but better late than never. What up, what up?
Hey, Mitch.
Howdy.
Hey, man.
How's it going? Welcome back, young man.
At Scribner Creek, it's time to find out if Mud Mountain has finally delivered. But first, the final gold from the good cut on the Promised Land.
You've been on Slucifer all week, then.
Yes, sir.
This is it, T-Bird. You ready?
Here we go, last of the good cut. Hopefully it paid off. $20, $40, $80, $120, $150, $180, $200,
Oh, yeah.
$260, yeah, keep her coming. $300, $310, $317.4.
Very nice.
Worth $570,000.
I should leave again. That's a good run.
That's a really good run, yeah.
Next up, the first Mud Mountain gold.
You look at all the troubles we've had to get to this point. I mean, all the hours we put on the dozers, everything it took to get all that mud moved. We got Big Red over there set up. Finally got some pay gravels through it.
Yep.
Was there any gold in it?
Well, here you go. You want to count it?
Yeah, what do we got here?
Parker is hoping that Mud Mountain will deliver 10 ounces per hour of run time, 5 times what he usually gets from his other Indian River cuts.
All right, 40,
It wasn't very
60.
full. I don't like your angle that you're already at.
Yeah.
100, 120, 160, 165.45.
Worth almost $300,000.
Well, that's not bad, actually, considering how much bull we ran.
Yeah.
I mean, that's over 2 ounces an hour for the week, but I mean, is it 5 times better? We won't know till we get into the heart of it a little bit. I mean, for an initial run, not bad. If we didn't have to move 60 feet of mud, it'd be great, you know, but.
It's not a bad first cleanup, man.
So hopefully next week it's a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, let's hope so. But actually, we had 482 ounces for the week. That's not bad at all.
No.
And for our season total now, it's 42.51.
So far, I'm not really impressed with what's happening. We're only halfway on that 4,500 ounce goal.
Tony Beats is battling to hit his season goal and keep his operation afloat.
This year we're at $5 million in the hole, and I'd sure like to hit that target to come out even this year.
2/3 of the way through the season, he has 2,500 ounces, just over half what he needs.
Right now we're battling the weather, because if the rain's hit on the Paradise Hill, it's very hard to move this peg.
Tony's sluicing gold-rich pay from the wall cut through his only running wash plant, Mike's trommel. But heavy rain is flooding the cut and soaking the pay.
If we can get it in the truck and we can get it to the feeder, that's about it when it turns wet. We are pretty much trying to move wet cement around. That's how bad it gets sometimes.
It's hard to get in and out of the cuts because it's so slippery. It costs a lot of time, and so it costs Tony a lot of money.
It's pissing rain again, so give it a couple hours and everything be a soup hole again. That we got to deal with once and for all. Dig a little ditch so all the water stays on one side, and that should drain most of the cut. We're gonna pump all the water out, and we got to put a proper drain in the cut so we can actually get our pay out of here.
We're dealing with this really soupy, muddy stuff, which needs to be quite carefully put through the plant.
The wet pay is slowing down the plant.
Unfortunately, it has to run on a very slow feed, which drives me crazy. I just want to turn this thing up and sling dirt into her. And it also needs a little bit more time to be washed in the trommel so that we actually separate the gold from this muddy clay material and it doesn't just get washed out right out the back end.
Hey, Ruby, how's it going through today?
Going slow, Kevin. There better be some good gold in it.
Let's have a look-see today. Wow. Hey, Cody, we're gonna have to shut down.
That kind of sucks.
Hey, Tony, this stuff is really gooey. We got a lot of overspill. I had to shut her down.
They don't have no time for this. When you get the feeder back up and running, fire her back up. So we can run this because it is nasty crap, okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we don't really got much other option other than shoveling out. You can get real fancy with ideas, but you know what? We could just shovel it. Well, with all this dirt falling on the tail pulley, it's gonna get buried. That applies weight and pressure, which will slow the belt down, which will cause it to pile up, which will cause us even more shoveling.
Material drops onto the conveyor belt because this material is so wet and soupy. It's actually just sliding right off the back of the conveyor and piling up on our tail pulleys.
Come on.
Every minute that this plant's down, we're losing like $25 a minute.
That is pretty good right there, honestly. Yeah. Now we got everything shoveled out. Hopefully it doesn't pile up like that again. We got it. Okay, now we put our chain across. That feels good. All right, let's fire up and get you boys back on your trucks. And go.
After 3 hours, Tony is back on the gold.
On to the next cup of Opal.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
guys.
hi family.
How are you?
Hope you got more than that.
But wait, there's more.
Don't scare me, will you? So, how was this week, guys?
This wet, if you ask me.
Did we sluice all week, Mike?
No, with the paint being so wet and you can't shove it through there.
Kind of done with the rain. How long were we down for?
What, 2-3 days?
That sounds about right, yeah.
We spend most of our time building roads trying to get into the pay. At least we get some gold out of the ground, but that weather is slowing us down like you wouldn't believe.
Yep.
Anyways, that's all piggy bank gold. And seeing as we did sluice and we did get some gold, maybe somebody wants to weigh.
Sure, as long as I don't have to
I
count.
think Faith should count.
Faith.
Oh, come on, Faith. You were slow this morning.
It's fine.
It's fine.
To stay on track for his 4,500-ounce goal, Tony needs his piggy bank to deliver 237 ounces of gold.
Ready?
Yeah.
$40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $110, $120, $130, $140, $160, $170, $190, $200. $204.72.
Worth almost $370,000.
That's pretty good for us being shut down for a couple of days.
That's not too bad for we were running.
Yeah, all
and
good.
the time we've been down.
That goes to show it's worth trying to get that through.
Really, it's still okay.
As we get into the season, it just seems like it's a lot harder to get it out. Hi.
Oh, you know, honest toil, at least you know it was worth it.
Well, there you go. Still keeps us in the game, no question. Hi.
This brings Tony's season gold total to 2,663 ounces.
We're still on a month and a half left, so And we've been getting fairly decent gold lately.
Yes.
So I think, yeah, the 4,500, it should be doable.
Starting to look good, hey?
Yeah. You agree? Okay then. I'm glad you do.
We finally got Monster Red up and running, but we cannot run at full capacity.
Rick Ness is in a race to reach 2,000 ounces, chasing the richest pay of the season. But Monster Red's speed has been reduced from 300 to 200 yards of dirt per hour. And if the ground is as good as drilling showed, he could be missing out on thousands in gold.
Having problems with the feed conveyor, so I've had to dial it back, and if I have to run like that for the rest of the season, I'm because we've got a lot of yardage to run through. So I did call the company, and they are going to send some guys up here to fix it, and I just really hope they have a solution and a quick one.
We got this high yardage plant, and to be running what we're running through it, it's not going to get us anywhere close. We might as well just kept running rocky.
How's it going?
Hey, it's Scott.
Scott, nice to meet you. Rick.
Hello, Rick. Barry Proctor.
Barry, nice to meet you. You're the one I've been talking to.
You have been.
Right
How's
on.
things going?
You know, I cranked it up. Obviously, you can handle it. But the problem is we've got some possibly round rock here. And at that speed, I'm getting them tumbling back down the conveyor like I told you.
Okay, we got basketballs coming backwards?
Exactly. I've got the ground open, and I need to crank this thing up as high as I can go for the rest of the season. I'm running out of time.
How fast are you running the plant right now?
Right now, we're at about 200 yards an hour.
And where would you like to get to?
I want to get it to 300 yards an hour.
Okay, well, we can help you with that.
Okay.
So we'll just draw it out here for an example. So what I'd like to do is build a set of fingers. As the rock comes back down, it can't get through the fingers.
I see.
Barry Proctor and Scott Ezekiel will build a finger trap. A frame constructed with 8 metal fingers hung from a horizontal beam. The fingers let pay dirt and rocks pass through. But any rocks rolling down the conveyor are caught and then carried up to the plant.
Nice. That seems like a great solution. The major question I always have to ask, though, is how long is it going to take?
We're probably looking at 4 or 5 hours.
So we got to shut down for 4 or 5 hours, huh?
And I just need you to completely stop for maybe 15, 20 minutes so we can bolt it on.
Well, that's it?
That's it.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, sounds
Awesome.
good.
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, guys.
Rick.
Barry and Scott will have to construct Rick's finger trap entirely out of salvaged scraps from his boneyard.
Oh, looks like a good little scavenger pile.
Oh, yeah, this will work. So we need something like 4-inch square tubing, HSS, some flat bar, or some channel.
There we go. That's gonna do the trick right there.
After 4 hours,
Watch your hands, just dump it.
the finger trap is complete.
Shut it down.
Heads up, here it comes, Scott. Right on, looks good. Looks good. Wrap her up and let's start putting some rock to her. Fire it up.
Cranking it back up to 300 yards an hour.
The new finger trap is ready to be tested.
Yeah.
No phones at the dinner table.
Okay.
At Lower Duncan, the Nest crew are about to find out if they've hit high-grade pay in the Raleigh Valley.
Yeah, it's been a little scary about how quick the leaves started turning yellow, eh?
Well, yeah, it happened overnight almost.
It's getting chilly in the morning, too.
Yeah.
And the days have gotten short like that fast.
At least we're all on the same level. It's be working here with this guy.
What the hell's wrong with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all here because we're not.
Holy.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Is that lead?
Yes, we're lead miners.
Ooh.
That is actually gold. Lots of gold.
That sounded
heavy.
Totes heavy.
Yeah. It was going pretty good all week, you know, at 200 yards an hour, and then I had to get greedy and turn it up to 300.
I know where you learned that trick from.
But it's got the capacity, you know what I mean?
Oh,
But
for sure.
the rocks here are so round, though, you know, they just started rolling back like that. We weren't running at max capacity for the whole week. So a couple days we had to dial it back to 200 yards an hour. But, you know, we did get a full week, 10 hours a day sluicing. That's 70 hours. Should we see what we got?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, for
enough
sure.
jibber jabber. Let's get a taste of what we got going on.
Rick Ness's massive gamble on Raleigh Valley has yet to pay off. His weekly average this season is just 59 ounces.
I got to be honest with you, I know that this is more than 130 ounces, and that's all my scale goes up to. I'll dump out 100 first and then switch pans, I guess.
I like that problem.
Right? Nate, you want to count it, buddy?
Oh, yeah, you betcha. 10, 20, 30, 80, 90, 100. 100 plus, 40, 50, 70, 80,
If I'm not mistaken, that's 580 ounces.
181.17.
Rick's biggest ever gold weigh, worth $325,000.
181 ounces, boys.
And then that was for 70 hours.
Yeah. I mean, that's 300 grand in a week. That's one of the biggest gold weighs we've had.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So that puts us at just over 1,000 ounces.
Yeah.
Monster gold dumpster, 300 yards an hour, and we get to that good pay, we're gonna get it. Thanks again, you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to leave my beer behind to carry 2 pans. That
Oh,
sucks.
poor you.
Sounds like a real bad problem to have.
Yeah, I'll clean up after you.
This gnarly bedrock that we're pulling out is definitely not easy on our equipment. It's banging and crashing hard on the shaker deck.
At Mud Mountain, Parker Schnabel's running bedrock, hoping it holds the $8 million in gold the drill results indicate is here.
How's things here? It's pretty full.
Yeah, and with that bedrock, it packs worse too, huh?
Yeah.
Keep going.
All this big bedrock, it's not easy on the whole wash plant. We can't really afford any more repercussions or downtime. We've had way too much of it.
Damn. Whoa. Holy. Whoa. What the is going on here? Well, as you can see, this motor's jumping all over the place. The reason for that, this right here, this is a tensioner. This keeps this motor isolated, and you can see it's broke. All the vibration and the rattling and energy that gets transferred through these machines running bedrock takes a toll on them. Oh man, she looks like it's been broke for a while. Must have just been rattling around in there and finally let loose.
At Parker Schnabel's claim, Mud Mountain bedrock has broken Big Red.
So there's a bolt that runs through here. You can see it's just ripped its way out, and you can see it's kind of rusty on this side, so it must have been cracked for a bit here, but it finally broke all the way. With this not attached here, that motor can just jump around, do whatever it wants.
A bolt holding the tensioner, which isolates the motor from the shaker deck, has broken loose from the steel plate it sits on. Mitch's fix: hoist the motor back into position, realign the tensioner bolt, and weld it back into the plate.
Got to get the motor back in place so the belts stay on there, they stay tight, the shaker deck shakes, and this motor isn't jumping all over the place. So right now we've just got to get this back into position. Once we do that, then we can weld it up. So we've got to get that bolt lined right back up where it was there. Then we can polish it up and throw a weld on it. So right now we've got the shaker motor back in place. We got the tensioner bolt put back where it needs to be. We're gonna weld this thing back up. Once we do that, we'll take the clamps off. You know, Big Red's taken a lot of abuse this season and we gotta keep it going. Once we do this, we can fire back up and hopefully we can get through this pay dirt here from Mud Mountain before we have any more problems.
Watch your eyes.
Time to see if Tyson's weld holds.
30 seconds or 30 feet, that's my warranty.
Man, I think that's solid. Let's get her fired back up.
Sounds good.
Let's try her out. Hopefully, when we hit the switch, this shaker deck will shake like it's supposed to. That's what I'm talking about. Crank it up.
Well, that was quite a week.
Good week, yeah.
Well, you tell if it's a good week. We're out there ripping pay dirt, so.
If Dumit's leading with saying it's a good week, then it was actually a good week.
Yeah. It was a good week for one of you. I remember running the plant. I hated it when I saw a truck coming with that blocky stuff. It's nothing but a pain in the butt.
Chris, get on the rail. Send it back.
Yeah,
send it back.
Yeah.
Just send that one right over the edge with tailings.
Good thing those days are long behind you, Chris.
Yeah. How's it going down there at Ken's?
Oh, good. Just chugging away. I'd say we're about halfway through the bad cut right now, but.
Well, I think we ought to throw Slucifer on there and see how the bad cut's turning out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ready?
Why do you want to do the bad stuff first? When you were a kid and people asked you, would you want the good news or the bad news, would you pick the good news or the bad news?
Bad news. Here we go. Bad cut.
Let's do her.
Last week, at the bad cut, Slucifer delivered 192 ounces of gold.
60, 80, 100, 110, 112.85.
There you go, living up to its name.
That's not that bad.
No.
Worth over $200,000.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the first cleanup, but...
Which is odd, because normally the first one isn't very good, but...
But coming from you, I expect things to be backwards, you know?
Next, time to find out if Parker's gamble running the bedrock was the right call.
All the fun stuff. Blocky bedrock. You ready?
Yeah, we know. Do it.
See what we got
Okay,
here.
here, you read it out.
So far, Big Red's best gold weigh from Mud Mountain
30.
has been just 190 ounces.
150, 180, 200, 230, 250. Keep going. 300, 350, 399.65.
Keep her coming. So this is on top of 300 and change. We got another 50, another 70, another 84.45.
You must know what those add up to.
484.1 ounces.
No way.
Yeah.
Worth a massive $870,000. And finally, a change of fortune at Mud Mountain.
Sweet, man. That was definitely worth the struggle right there.
Is that sweet or what?
That's got to be the best cleanup Big Red's ever had.
Yeah, it is. For the week, you guys, this is pretty sweet. It's 596.95 ounces, almost 600 ounce week.
Is that our best week this year?
Oh, by far. Yeah, by far.
In total, the Schnabel crew has brought in over $1 million in gold this week.
The gold at Mud Mountain is definitely looking better, but we already blown the budget out the window. So we'll see. Hopefully the gold continues.
With just 4 weeks left of the season, 27-year-old Parker Schnabel has finally found the gold at Mud Mountain. Now, his team is running all out to cash in.
Trying to get this stuff ready. As we've been working our way through Mud Mountain, the gold's been getting better. And looks like this downstream end of it, just as the last piece that we stripped, seems to have the best gold.
Well, you probably should know better than trying to rest most of your season on one cut, but who knows? Maybe it's there, maybe it's not.
The other linchpin of Parker's season rests in the hands of plant boss Tyson Lee, who's running promised land ground 4 miles away.
This time of year, we're making a huge push to grab every ounce of gold that we can. Down at Ken Stewart's, Tyson's still plugging away. It's going fast, you know, the bad cut.
I think Ken's a little off on the naming of his cuts. The good cut did not do so good. The bad cut doing better than the good cut. And the ugly cut, I don't know. You never know until it's in a jar. Lucifer's going to be done in the bad cut and looking to move to the ugly, and the ugly is far from ready. So we have a lot of work to do, a lot of dirt to move. You know, this year we've been stretched thinner than any other year. And that's because of Mud Mountain and it being 60 feet deep.
The ugly cut is nearly double the size of the bad cut. And with just 4 weeks left of the season, Tyson will have to double his production rate to mine it all. He has a radical new plan, if Parker will agree.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good, thanks.
What's going on?
In this next plant pad setup, I was thinking of setting Lucifer up so, you know how normally we have the wash plant pad height being the same height as the wash plant. Thinking of setting the wash plant up on a pedestal. Let's say this is our wash plant pad, right? And this is where the wash plant would normally sit. I want to kind of stick it out here so the fines can travel around.
The only comment I would have is if you were going to have undermining issues, but if you've got lots of nice big coarse bedrock, then I trust your judgment.
Right on.
And whatever you can do to stay as self-sufficient as possible is the best thing for us because we're spread so thin, as you well know.
And I'm thinking if things work out the way I think it will, we should be able to get away with 3 guys on days and 2 on nights down there, and that'll free up another guy to be in a truck.
I'm not going to say you're on your own down there, but act like you are until you need, until you really need help.
Right on. Well, I'll go get to her. Thanks, man.
In a normal setup, tailings from the wash plant build up and the crew has to clear them. Tyson's plan? Use 40,000 tons of material to build a mega pad and allow the fine tailings to fall away from the plant, saving on time and crew.
So right now we're trying to build our wash plant pad. My main concern was getting this wash plant pad done in time before Lucifer's done the bad cut. It's gonna look like a different planet down here in a week.
Well, we're digging pay in what they call it the bad cut, but really it turns out to be a good cut. I figure tomorrow will be a very close parking lot over here.
Normally it takes us about a week to build the wash plant pad, and we started yesterday. Well, the pressure's on.
What's going on, Chris?
Hey, Mitch, how's it going, man?
Oh, not too bad.
Good to see you, buddy.
You too.
Hey, T-Bird, how you doing, man?
Not much, you?
Clean and gold.
Yeah?
Non-stop.
Time to find out if the last of the bad cut lived up to its name.
Take your guess, Parker.
What do you got?
192, based on how he's holding it.
10, 20, 40, 60, 130, 160.
He's over.
200. 220, 240, 250, 277.05.
That was way off.
Worth just under $500,000.
That's a good cleanup.
Yeah, no kidding. It's your last of the bad cut, so now we gotta see what the ugly cut's gonna do, right?
Yeah, hopefully not hold up to its name.
All right, here's the first of Big Red.
Parker spent over $4 million getting down to pay in Mud Mountain, after drill results showed it was 4 times richer than any other Indian River ground.
I see you got 2 pans, Doom it, so what are you trying to tell me?
My scale goes up to 400 ounces. With the way Mud Mountain has been going, right here, you guys, is 400 ounces.
Well, that's a good way to start.
That's the first thermos.
400 on the dot.
This is plus the 400.
Let's see what we got on top of 400. 20, 40, 100, 130, 180, 196.6.
For a total of 596.6 ounces in
That's
1 week.
incredible.
Wow.
Worth over $1 million.
We've been busy down here, let's put it that way.
I mean, just last week, Big Red had its best week
It
ever,
did.
and it just topped it.
This is the best week of Red's history from day one.
It's just wild how much effort and stripping went into it and how fast you're getting through it. Every hour of sluicing probably represents $1,000 worth of stripping or something, right? Or $2,000 worth of stripping.
For the week, you guys, believe it or not, it's 873.65 ounces. Jeez.
Worth over $1.5 million. Parker's biggest gold weigh of this season.
I never thought after last week we'd top what we just did, but it's a matter of if it'll hold out for long enough to make it worthwhile.
Let's do this again next week.
Yeah, let's do it again a few more times.
A few more times, yep.
We'll try.
Yep.
Good job, guys. All 3 of you. Hell of a week.
Yeah.
So how many rounds of golf did you miss?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I didn't know I was gonna have to work every day.
If things don't pick up, we're at pretty high risk of not beating last season. It's a good thing we've got such good people out there. We've got a great group of mechanics, we've got great managers. They're keeping things running and doing a really good job. Everybody's gonna step up. There's lots of people stepping up, and they certainly don't need me running around the mine site.
Parker Schnabel's streak of successful seasons depends on how much gold his trusted lieutenants can mine in the next 4 weeks.
Right now I have Tatiana feeding the plant froggy digging pay, and I'm doing coarse tailings.
At the ugly cut, Tyson's under pressure to keep the gold coming in.
You know, we only have a certain amount of days of sluicing left, and every minute counts right now.
Loader operator Tatiana Costa feeds Slucifer 240 yards of pay dirt an hour.
We currently only have 1 loader, so I'm really trying to do all I can to be nice and easy with this loader to make sure we do not break down, because that will be catastrophic right now. Tyson. You got a copy, Tyson?
Go ahead, Gator Tot.
There's something wrong with the plank. If you could come over here and have a look.
I'm on my way.
Something's wrong with our pump. Hey, Alec, you got a copy, Alec?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's going on, Alec?
So we're not getting as much water out of the water pump as we should be. The fan was not quite spinning and the crankshaft was basically slipping on the belt. And then I noticed dust all in here. You can see like it's been wearing all night. Literally the belt just coming apart on us.
Slucifer's 10-inch water pump is powered by a generator. A fan cools the engine. The belt driving the fan has worn so thin, it's no longer spinning the fan. The result? An overheated engine.
We actually don't have a backup water pump. And it's pretty concerning, seeing as we got a whole cut to sluice out.
What's up?
So our plant pump's giving us some grief, wondering if we have a different pump line around that can steal and put into play.
No, the motor is pretty much shot on that other backup one.
It's the fan belt on it. It's slipping and kind of overheating on us, so they need a new belt or a different pump or...
And you're gonna lose 4 hours of sluicing if we have to send someone to town?
Yep.
The 4-hour round trip to Dawson for the new fan belt is going to cost Parker over $17,000 in downtime.
Okay, I'll get on this.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to call in a favor. When can you be here? You can't afford for this to drag on any longer than it has to.
Right now, all I know is we have a wash plant that isn't running.
At the Promised Land, wash plant Slucifer is shut down with a broken water pump.
What'd you do, Jordan?
Went to get belts as quick as I could.
No I didn't expect you back this fast.
Alec and I'll just swap the belts out.
Sounds good.
And they're back online.
Right on.
Right on.
Thanks,
You're
man.
done. No worries.
Well, Jordan just flew in a helicopter with the parts for the pump, so belts $20, delivery $2,000.
Part of it's on, eh?
Yeah, just starting to go into the groove there. It'll get a little tough, but yeah, there she's going. There, how's that?
We got her.
Nice. All clear and tight on this side.
You happy, Jordan?
Yep. Once that's all set and good, we'll be sluicing.
You're the man, Jordan.
After 2.5 hours of downtime,
Give her tater tot.
wash plant Slucifer is back up and running.
Got rocks? Oh yeah, got lots of water.
Chartering the helicopter cost Parker $2,000, but reducing his downtime by 3 hours has saved him over $10,000.
Right on, boys.
Yeah, we're back sluicing.
Hey there, youngster.
What's happening?
How was your day?
Oh, not too bad. I mean, I didn't have to have a helicopter fly parts in for the water pump, so.
Don't get used to it, Tyson.
You want to see your ugly cut?
You better take an ounce out of there because it's going to the helicopter company.
First clean up of the ugly.
The Promised Land's other cuts, the good and the bad averaged 200 ounces a week.
40, 60, 80, 100, 108.15. It's not bad for a first cleanup.
Worth almost $195,000, but half the average for the Promised Land.
So, Mitch, you had a smoking week last week, right?
Next up, Mud Mountain and Big Red, where last week Mitch hauled in a season's best 600 ounces of gold.
Well, I gotta know, Chris, did we beat it again?
Well, I tell you what, you have another 2-pan week. Is that yummy looking or what?
That looks very nice.
So there's your 400.
Okay. And you got another big thermos out, so I'm feeling pretty good.
You want to count this one, Mitch? Here we go.
So we got 10, 30, 40. Oh, is that all you got in there? 45.45.
Yeah. You know, you can't break records every week, man.
So 445.45.
Worth over $800,000.
450 ounces in a week, man.
Yeah.
You really can't complain.
Yeah, you can.
Don't have time to eat except for at lunch. Don't have time to, like, barely have enough time to drink water.
Now we're in kind of a rush mode. We're in a big push right now to at least expose the cuts, get them all ready to go. That'll allow myself and Tony to focus out on the Indian.
As the Beats family wait on a water license for their Indian River claims, it's all hands on deck to strip the Nugget Cut at Paradise Hill in record time.
Now, Ruby and I on hook, everybody's gonna have to work extra hard to make sure that we get the 9,000 ounces.
It's Tony Beats for you. Go big or go home, right? Balls to the walls all the time.
With Tony's new D11 dozer and 950 excavator, they've removed 80 feet of overburden in just 4 days, revealing a massive 40-foot wall of pay dirt.
We've hit gravel and pay in the back. Yippee-ki-yay.
Monica's school friend Ruby Mahoney pulls down the pay dirt to load it into rock trucks.
You know, it's crunch time. We have to get this dirt moved. Holy this stuff is solid. I'm just wasting time here. I cannot get through this. This is just not working. Tony, do you copy? Tony, do you copy?
Go ahead.
This wall is completely solid. We're at a standstill. Can you please come and talk to me?
Stay there, I'll be right back. Looks like there's no rock trucks running. Costs serious money. You cannot have all the trucks and everybody sitting there and having a good time and not moving any dirt. That's not how it works. What do you got, Ruby?
This wall is completely frozen.
It's too frozen, huh?
Yeah, she's solid.
Yeah, I can see that. We'll put that D11 in it, and then we'll just rip the out.
To rip through the frozen section, Tony plans to take his brand new $2.7 million D11 dozer to the top of the pay dirt cliff. He'll then go right to the edge of the 40-foot drop and use the 10-ton ripper shank to break up the frozen layer so the excavator can get to the pay dirt beneath.
The D11 has arrived.
Well, let's see. That wall freezes in, sometimes 5, sometimes 10 feet thick. Right now, this one is in my way.
You get high enough, sink the ripper in, pull the whole cliff down.
The sooner we get the sluicing, the happier everybody will be. Instead of spending money, you're going to be making some money. We have to force our way through something, and then that's just what you're going to have to do. This way, this way, this way.
Tony maneuvers the 120-ton machine right to the very cusp of the 40-foot drop.
Tear the out.
Ready to roll?
Tony busts through the permafrost. Ruby removes the pay dirt beneath.
I rip that knob out, get the rock trucks back in there, and get rid of this dirt. See what happens when I do it myself?
Tony has pay dirt ready to run a full month earlier than last year. A vital head start on his mammoth 9,000-ounce goal.
You think that kid will be as goofy as the mother? Huh?
I can see it.
You're a chicken, Kevin.
You want to say that again?
No.
In the Beats family gold room,
We started sluicing everything from the nugget cut. I don't know how much T Beats was expecting, but from what I've seen, I do think we'll have at least a little bit of gold in there. At the end of this week, Mom and I are heading 600 kilometers away to have a baby. We're just really not set up here in the Yukon to have babies anywhere except for Whitehorse. Working for my family, I'll be able to bring my child in and continue working. She'll be in a playpen over by probably the table because that's a peaceful noise to listen to. It is an exciting thing, but
it's the moment of truth. The Beats family's first gold weigh of their ambitious 9,000-ounce season.
Hi, folks.
Hey.
Hey, guys. So how's that 11 doing in the black muck there, Mike?
That thing runs basically a day on a half a tank.
I see what the 11 does. It's like, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're moving some serious.
Why do we have two jars?
Well, I figured it's called the nugget cut, so I kept all the nuggets out and we'll put them on top.
Yeah, well, how many hours did we get? 40?
Roughly 40, 45.
To hit his 9,000-ounce target, Tony needs 475 ounces a week. So this 2-day run should deliver 160 ounces.
Are you gonna pour some gold for us?
5, 6, 14, 15, 18, 25, 40, 50, 70, 80.44.
Have a look at the nuggies.
82.72.
82 ounces is worth over $147,000.
We get $140,000 out of it. I'd take that any day.
That's it. That's the last scoop. There she goes. Now's your 1,500 ounces in, Lucifer. Should be really close.
On the airstrip, Mitch and the crew race to shut down Lucifer to avoid Tony's higher rate royalties.
There it is.
And kickstart Parker's plan to get 2 wash plants on the gold.
Hey, bud. Hi, Mitch. How are you?
Not too bad. breaking her down and getting her moving.
Right on. Good job getting that cut done. I know it was an absolute and we're all glad to see it done.
100%, thank you.
You guys did a good job.
Here's to Ken and Stewart's.
Woo! Get everybody on the road.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's move some out of the way.
Let's go!
They've got just 4 hours until the night shift to get Slucifer hauled and running on the Promised Land. And they'll have to cross a culvert made of rusting 50-year-old dredge pontoons.
This wash plant is big, it's heavy. It would not be good to be fishing out this wash plant.
The combined weight of Slucifer and the lowboy is 85 tons.
We just want to take it slow and steady.
Whoa, that's a lot of leaning. Go, man, go, go, go. She's leaning hard. When you get lined up on that culvert, man, just don't stop.
There's no way of knowing how much the bush-fixed culvert can hold.
That's one heavy wash plant, that's one culvert. I'm gonna hang back here.
On Indian River,
Go for it.
Parker's crew are on a mission. They've got 4 hours to haul Slucifer to the Promised Land across a bush-fixed bridge.
Good luck, man.
Come on, go, 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 go. Oh yeah, like a dream. Looking good, boys. We're almost there. I love it when a plan comes together.
But they won't be washing rocks
Keep going, almost there.
until they've put Parker's $600,000 wash plant back together.
That'll do it. Watch your backs, here we go.
The last thing we want to do is have anything go wrong. So we're just going to be nice and gentle with her, and we'll get her into place.
That'll work.
You guys are moving.
They've hit their deadline, but Parker's got news.
I'd like our first full shift to be a day shift just because everything's fresh.
Yeah, for sure.
Could you say
Yeah.
what's
Well, you don't know until you fire it up.
If anything's it's because you
Exactly.
If Parker's gonna make it out of survival mode, he'll need a big payday from Ken's claims. Last season, they pulled over $4.5 million from the Promised Land.
Let's see if we can get this thing washing rocks.
Sounds good.
Nice job.
In the battle for ground, Parker's plan is in play, and he's back on the gold.
Nice job, man. There it is.
Yeah, man, I'm stoked.
What's happening, Chris?
Hey, Mitchell, how's it going?
Oh, it is finally done.
Now that Parker's got his plan rolling, he needs to find out if he's hit his 1,500-ounce target.
That was quite the week.
Yeah.
It's the Yukon. No matter where you go, you're going to battle something. But At least we got a wash plant down there.
Well, you guys, we were hoping for 1,500 ounces. And we want to see what we got.
You got the big jar out.
Let's see it.
To hit 1,500, Parker needs 180 ounces.
20.
But any more will mean a big payday for Tony.
100, 120, 140, 150, 160.
We're gonna make it.
170.
Let's stop right here, right?
180.
Oh, there's the 180.
200. 210. 220. 240. 260. 270. 276.05.
Worth over $496,000, minus an $83,000 royalty for Tony.
Nice. Well, we got the 180.
Yeah, that's right. So, 97 ounces over. I'll take it.
Tony gets to make a little bit more, but hey, we made a little bit more, so
Right.
that's the way she works.
That brings Parker's season total to 1,597 ounces, worth almost $2.9 million. Still 900 ounces less than this time last year.
No, I know that was not the most fun situation for you guys to be in. And I thank you for getting it done. A few days we'll have 2 plants running, and then it'll be real fun.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, see you guys
All
later.
right, you guys
Have
later.
fun.
Later.
See you guys.
At last, Parker's season is turning a corner. To turn things around, Tony's decided to dig deep at Paradise Hill. He's banking on his new cut, the 80 Pup, where the gold-rich pay dirt is 80 feet deep.
Now, there we go, solid frost. I never had a year that I had so much frozen ground. It says worse than bloody concrete. Okay, Mike D. Gobby.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you bring the D11 over there, please? You gotta do some ripping again.
Can't be there in a minute.
Yeah, just bring it over, okay?
And when that stuff gets frozen, like permafrost frozen, holy is it hard. I've had that rattle the piss out of me. We ain't got time for that. It's a short season, so you rip.
To bust through the frozen ground and make it thaw out faster, Mike sinks the D11's 1-ton ripper shank over 6 feet into the earth.
You know, kind of counting on Kevin and Mike to keep this box going 24 hours a day.
Tony, do you copy, Tony?
All done over here.
Off we go.
Okay, that's going.
The freshly ripped 80 Pup pay dirt is all they've got to feed the trommel, and Tony wants it running at 200 yards an hour.
Jesus, a lot of frozen chunks going up that belt. No time whatsoever to be pulling out chunks when you're running at full force. That one's as big as a car.
Get the water, get the water.
I think another blockage.
Amazing, it's amazing. Now this is the last thing we need right now. We only have the trommel going. I mean, it is a big producer, but the big producer isn't producing. You got all.
A quarter-ton frost chunk has jammed the belt.
Basically, the chunks are too big. Because there is no reason that frost chunks or rocks that big should be anywhere in the feeder. It's like, that's half your bucket. This is incredibly frustrating.
The chunk is too big to shift off the conveyor by hand.
Megan, need you down here first.
How's that all look? Yeah, that might work. All right, everybody stand well the clear. No. Back this way. Curl the bucket. Okay. Just straight up. Okay, boom. Easy. Hold it. Watch it! Stand back. Okay.
2 hours downtime has cost the Beats over $7,000 in lost gold. They're gonna need a lot more from the 80 pup to get Tony's season on track.
Ladies,
Hi, how are you?
good. How's my granddaughter today?
She likes to eat.
Oh, that's good. So what's all happening this week, guys?
That frozen pear's been causing us headache on the belt. Keeps getting piled up.
Great big chunk of frost.
Oh, you know, belt's this big, it was this big.
Right.
Mike had some excitement in the box, I'm told.
What happened?
Someone didn't hammer the wedges in right, so the boards, all the wedges gone. The mats, some of them almost went into the drain, and I had to go run after it.
Don't let them do it again.
I didn't. I now have someone go by check them every time too.
That is good. That's good.
Smart. Anyways, can we just maybe see how much you guys got this week?
That much.
Okay, well, maybe we should wait that much.
So where'd this gold come from?
Only 80 pup. That's all we're working these days. Nothing else is open up yet, so 80 pup it is.
You gonna count?
Sure.
Excellent. Everybody ready? Do the
Yep,
same.
put her in there, Kevin. Let's see what you got.
20, 30, 50, 60.
It's time to find out if Tony's gamble on frozen ground in the 80 pup cut has paid off. So far, the Beats have averaged 170 ounces a week.
120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 182.72.
Worth over $328,000.
So what's the season total?
1,272.16 ounces.
Worth almost $2.3 million.
It's time for you guys to all go back to work, I think. So why don't you vamoose?
Sounds like a plan.
Gentlemen, let's go.
And ladies?
All right.
And ladies.
We still don't have a water license in the Indian River. And every month we're not there, that we lose big bucks.
Tony Beats is chasing a record 9,000-ounce gold haul. He needs his claims at Paradise Hill and Indian River to deliver. But 2 weeks into the season, he's only working the hill.
Mike Strom was doing very good with the material of the nugget cut. but I had my sights set in a 9,000 ounce season. So I think we better start doubling up around here.
He needs 475 ounces a week to hit his target, more than twice what he's getting with the trommel. With good new ground nearly impossible to come by, Tony heads back to a well-worn honey hole.
We still have some pay left from last year in the old-timers tailings, so I think we're gonna get Kevin on the screen deck and then go sluice there for a little bit too.
Last season,
Fire up. Let's make some money.
Tony found a pile of old-timers tailings that produced $620,000 in gold.
That was a pretty nice little piggy bank down there, I'd say.
Tony now plans to wring every last bit of gold out of it.
Last year we didn't quite get finished with the old-timer tailings. Actually, we left the very, very top of the material, likely the best stuff down there. So it'll help our total ounces of the season. Nice clean money that comes out of here, so let's take it.
We really got to run as much material as we can. We're going to hit 9,000 ounces. And seeing as we don't know what's happening at the Indian River yet, well, we might as well run this plant while it's here. Let's get running. Watch your ears. Let's do this. Hey, Megan, you can preload that feeder a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
So right now we got new folks running the equipment. We got Megan up on the excavator. So we just got to keep an eye on it. Come down every once in a while, make sure going right.
To hit Tony's goal, 29-year-old Megan Gadet must feed the plant with 200 yards of tailings per hour, 10 hours a day.
It was not gut. The tooth just caught the grizzly. I was just dipped down too low. Anyway, me, Ruby, and Monica were all really good friends in school.
No, don't dare. Uh-oh. Shake it, X, not shaking. Cool. All right. You see it?
Hey.
Not spinning?
Yeah, I see that.
One of the shaker deck's two drive belts has lost tension and slipped, stopping the deck from operating.
Well, she's not spinning, so we gotta do something, so.
They just gotta have to tighten the belts on the screen deck, otherwise they slip. And then the deck, of course, won't run.
I really don't want to have to with that yard.
Do we need a hammer to hit the Okay, I'll pull on it.
Nope. Big. Oh, for sakes.
You got one left, try them all.
Pretty much. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna work great.
Just tighten good enough. Good enough.
After 3 hours,
Okay, fire up.
Oh, attempt number 2.
and over $6,000 in lost gold, the shaker deck is ready to fire up.
Looks like we're finally up and running again.
Everybody clear? Well, we got that tightened up. She seems to be doing okay. Now that it's running, let it buck. See how much we get out of the old-timers tailings from the top.
Fingers crossed.
It won't break down, and we can hopefully at least finish these tailings.
That's that. We had to do a quick bit of welding on that piece to hold it in. Do a few bolts in. Fingers crossed, it lasts. Everybody ready?
10, 40, 50, 60, 90, 100, 150, 160, 170, 173.78.
Worth over $310,000.
Well, that's not bad for a starter.
No, not too bad.
See what went through your screen, Kevin.
Everybody ready? 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole.
10, 20, 30, 60, 70, 80, 81.54.
Worth over $145,000.
A couple days, picked up on the 30,000.
Yeah, something.
Something like that. So it was worthwhile finishing it off. No, that's pretty slick stuff.
So is that it for the shaker deck?
That is for the shaker deck. Like, it's pretty dead where she's sitting right now, so.
Well, but we're done down there. I mean, it was easy money. We didn't have to strip it. And all we gotta do is put a box down and run it through. So with every ounce we got, they didn't cost us very much.
Their total for the week is worth almost $460,000.
This season, we're definitely having to take some bigger risks.
26-year-old Parker Schnabel has spent 8 years building his mining empire in the Klondike, but he's running out of ground. This season, the only new claim he could find is deeper than anything he's ever mined.
Mud Mountain, like, it's supposed to be really good gold, but it is 50 feet deep. I mean, some of it's 60 feet deep, and that's 40, 50 grand a day just doing stripping. And the bills keep coming in, and right now we're only sluicing at the airstrip. The gold's just not coming in that fast, so we definitely need to step it up.
A mile away, at the airstrip, Parker puts foreman Mitch Blaschke in charge with a skeleton crew.
This ground's thawed out, it's ready to go through the plant. It's just painfully slow coming back in here, you know, with the crew that we have. We've been running Slucifer 24/7.
To pay for Mud Mountain, Parker needs to hit 1,500 ounces from the airstrip in the next 3 weeks.
Feeding the plant it's a big job. You got timeline, you got to keep going. It's non-stop.
30-year-old Tatiana Costa is one of Parker's rising new operators. She loads the pay dirt into Parker's only working wash plant, Slucifer.
This year I feel good. I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm looking out for, I understand the plant, the conveyors, so I enjoy it.
At the other end of the wash plant, Pascal clears the tailings.
Hey Pascal, how's everything looking over there?
It's great. How about you?
I think we really are doing a great job up here.
Thanks, Tatiana.
Let's crank it up.
Okay, if that's what you want, you're the boss. Oh, Parker wants us to crank up the plant, and that means I got to get the right tool for the job. This little pair of pliers right here might not look like much, but this will control just how much yardage we do with Lucifer. I took the knob off a couple years ago because we've had an issue with operators jumping out, you know, adjusting the feed rate, and it's just not quite right. Right now we're about 220 yards an hour. I'm gonna dial this knob here and we're shooting for 250. If you want more gold, you gotta take some chances. Okay, Tatiana, you got a copy?
Yeah, copy.
Okay, hold up for a sec. Parker wants us to crank this thing up.
Okay.
We've been running 220 yards an hour. I just set it at 250, so you're gonna have to pick up the pace here a bit.
Okay, roger
All right,
that.
thanks.
Yep, no worries.
Running 15% more pay should produce 15% more gold.
Right now we are in 5th gear, so just going super fast.
But it also produces 15% more tailings.
Oh shoot, the tailings are starting to build up. I'm gonna have to go help Pascal. It's just, this is absolutely crazy trying to keep it up with it all.
If the tailings build up, they will jam the conveyor and break the plant.
We're as much as a team as we are a family up here. You know, if you can do a job, you do it. Last time I was on a loader was about 2 years ago. This thing's so big and scary.
Yay, I see Doomit over there. So I can finally focus just here in the plant and let Doomit help Pascal for now. That would be really nice.
I could say getting back in the loader is like riding a bike, but I always used to fall off a bike, so we're not going to use that example. Oh, crap. Tatiana, shut down the plant, shut down the plant. You're all jammed up, 3 watches loaded up, the dirt's spilling out everywhere, girl.
Hi, Doomit. Want some chips?
Oh, no thanks.
At the start of the week, Parker sped up the wash plant.
Pushing dirt around?
How's it going, man?
Hey, young man.
Not bad.
Time to find out if his decision paid off.
Hey, Mitchell.
What's happening?
Howdy, hi.
I bet you were ready for that cigar there after your day in the loader.
It's fun getting back into the thing, but I definitely know I've been in a machine.
Oh, yeah.
It was a bittersweet. I say we throw some gold on the scales. You want to count out, Mitch?
Yeah, see what we got this week.
Here we go.
50.
To hit Parker's 1,500-ounce goal,
150.
Lucifer needs 280 ounces a week.
280, 300. Still got some in there. 330, 350, 360, 376.20.
Worth $677,000.
Wow.
Our best week. Yeah.
Our best week so far.
Yes. I stand corrected. The best week so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoking week.
Well, that just goes to show more rocks means more gold.
For the season, we broke 1,000. 1,032.65 ounces.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. You look like an old bookie with that thing.
I'm still a pencil and paper kind of guy.
Yes? Could you bring one excavator to the wall cut, please? Could you bring one excavator to the wall cut, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
100 miles west at Paradise Hill, King of the Klondike Tony Beats is over 1,000 ounces short of his 4,500-ounce season goal. With no water license for the Indian River claims and a ground war raging in the Klondike, Tony's looking to branch out.
Right now in Yukon, there's a lot of people looking for ground. So you have a real fight on your hands. So as for buying good ground right now, and awesome, you just will forget it. But I never give up either. So we're just moving on to plan B. There is some ground that came up in Keno, so I want to do a little bit of prospecting.
To save his kingdom, Tony's looking beyond the Klondike and following the road to Rick Ness's landlord.
Troy has some ground for sale, and if you don't look at it, maybe later on you will be sorry. It's one of these things you should have, you could have. So we'll go meet him and see what we can do. They get some coarse gold here. It's all glacial stuff. They say it's going to chunky country down here.
150,000 years ago, at the top of Mount Hinton, a glacier was formed. When it reached the quartz vein containing the mother lode, it plucked the nuggets. They traveled down the mountain and were deposited in sporadic pockets. Troy is offering Tony 900 acres along the slope of Mount Hinton, just 5 miles northeast of Rick's claims.
Tony, good to see ya.
So what do we got?
We got about 80, 89 claims, I think it
Well,
is.
that's pretty good. This the only drill hole you got in it?
Yeah, this is the only drill hole here. It shows some gold at about 80 feet, so I'm hoping the benches will be a bit shallower.
Yeah. How far do we have to go down, you think?
20 feet or so.
We're in a 20-foot hole? So we should bang one down. What do you think? Anywhere somewhere over there or where you want? Right up there?
I think right in there where it's fairly level, probably be
Okay,
easiest
good.
for you.
Perfect. I'll go poke a hole that, Troy. See what we've got. Good ground is hard to come by, and you have to check. The ground is good, but we may be able to make a deal. So let's go dig some holes. Let's see what we've got.
After 2 hours of digging,
I'll take one more scoop, then I'll just have a peek in the hole, I guess.
Tony finishes his final test hole.
Boy, you got some big rocks in here, Troy.
Yeah, that's what I like to see, those guys. It's always better gold when we get into the bigger rock.
Yeah. Let's put a couple scoops of this in there.
Hopefully there's some gold in there.
It's here. Let's go wash it by the creek.
Sounds good to me.
Sure glad you brought the long pump. Makes it so much quicker. Just throw it through, bingo, you're done. There you go, perfect. Well, what do you think, Troy? Should we sample that one or what?
Out? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Well, how's it looking? The right now. Like to get rid of some of them bigger rocks. Makes it easier when you pan it down. Let's go have a look.
To invest in the property, Tony needs to see big gold.
Hey, Troy, it ain't much, but it is a nice size collar. That's not quite gonna cut it, of course. We didn't come all the way down there not for one collar. I said I'd like to see more, but let's do the next one. I'm getting curious. One more try. There you go. Hey, we found it now. Got oh. Actually, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right on. Yeah,
That
it is coarse gold.
that is nice stuff, isn't it? She's right there. See that?
It's not bad.
For a small pan like this, that is pretty darn good.
After seeing the promise of Troy's ground, the king of the Klondike may have found the plan B he's been looking for.
No, that's encouraging. You know what? Hey, that's really going to make a guy start to think that there is a serious possibility out there. You know what I mean?
Well, I hope you give her some thought.
Oh, I definitely will give her some thought. I, of course, talk to my bank, which is the wife, and the kids, of course, because I don't make them decisions myself. We do that as a family, and then we will let you know.
Sounds good to me.
So there is options out there.
Every time Tony goes away, things seem to run a little smoother.
Yeah, maybe they should go away more often.
At Paradise Hill, the family gathers for their favorite pastime, weighing out their gold.
There, is that better? Probably not. Hello. What's happening?
You're gonna bring us some goodies?
Couple.
More gold, a bit more gold, it looks like.
Oh.
So how was Keno?
Yeah, it was a nice drive. Yeah, weather was the but we did some prospecting down there, and it's very, very rocky ground, but we got some decent colors, so if the gold is there, we'll deal with it. Before we make a decision, of course, we'd have to do more drilling to make sure. With some nice chunky stuff in there, so it looked promising.
Mike, how did the plan do?
Did well. Didn't have any breakdowns this week.
Oh, that's okay. So that's a full week in there.
Okay, pour that. Let's see what we got.
Yeah. Who's counting?
Not me.
I'll do it.
Ready?
Yeah, pour the thing. Let's go.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
To hit his 4,500-ounce season goal,
110, 120,
Tony needs over 400 ounces a week.
200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300, 330, 350, 360, 364.82.
Worth over $650,000. It tops their best gold weigh this season by almost 60 ounces.
Okay, it's the biggest ones we had this year.
Yeah.
Thought it was a crown of gold.
There you go.